This is Scott County Football on STE Channel 30. From Twin Springs High School, we welcome you to Channel 30's tape-delayed broadcast of tonight's game. We also welcome those of you who are listening to the live audio broadcast of this game. Tonight, the Rye Cove War Eagles visit the Twin Springs Titans for an important Cumberland District game. Tonight's videographer is Daniel Daugherty. Daniel is also the producer and director of our broadcast. The manager of Channel 30 is Lloyd Porter. Ms. Gwen Godsey is Channel 30's program director. Daniel Daugherty is also the production supervisor of Channel 30. This is Larry Shelton along with Mark Blanton as we're set to bring you tonight's game between the Rye Cove War Eagles and the Twin Springs Titans. Mark and I will be back to talk about tonight's game, but first let's give the fine people who sponsor the game a chance to have their commercials shown.
At State Line Graphics, quality offset and screen printing is available from experienced staff at reasonable prices. Whether you need quality printing of your business and personal stationery or products for your wedding or anniversary, State Line Graphics can do the job the way you want it done. State Line Graphics also offers custom screen printing of t-shirts, caps, and much more. So for excellent quality and all your printing needs, visit State Line Graphics in Weber City, serving all of Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee since 1989. For professional hair care, visit the Hair Studio in Weber City. The Hair Studio specializes in cuts, perms, color and highlights, and sells quality Matrix and Redken products. At the Hair Studio, choose from 6 stylists: Karen, Conda, Edna, Michelle, Scarlett, or Leanne. Also available is electrolysis by Phyllis and Donna, tanning beds, and jewelry. Call receptionist Leanne today for an appointment or just walk in. The Hair Studio, located across from Holston View Cemetery in Weber City. Looking for one-stop convenience at its best? At J&P Markets, it's convenience times 2. With locations in both Big Moccasin and Nicholsville, a J&P Market is never far away. And J&P is more than gas and groceries. From cosmetics and household supplies to ammunition and movie rentals, you'll find what you're looking for at a J&P
As the Rye Cove War Eagles come to Twin Springs to play the Twin Springs Titans. Last game of the year for both teams. Playoff implications definitely on the line for Rye Cove especially and possibly for Twin Springs. Mark, while we've got an opportunity before we get both teams on the field, let's go ahead and look at the starting lineup.
All right, Larry, for the Rye Cove War Eagles offensively tonight, at tight end on the left side will be Travis Roach, number 88, 5'10", 207-pound senior. At left tackle will be Shannon Bishop, a 5'9", 187-pound junior. He'll wear number 55. And Larry, Coach Reed told me earlier in the week that watch Shannon Bishop on defense. He expects him to have a big night tonight. At left guard, number 65 is Brian Cox, 5'8", 173-pound senior. At center, number 52, Cheyenne Osborne, 5'10", 192-pound sophomore. At right guard, number 75, Jason Tipton, 6'2", 217-pound senior. At right tackle, Andy Bledsoe, 5'11", 208-pound senior. And at tight end on the right side, number 80, Gabriel Calton, 6'3", 190-pound junior. In the backfield, that speedy backfield for the Rye Cove War Eagles, Josh Peterson, 6 foot, 183-pound senior. He'll wear number 22. At right halfback, Jason Peterson, 5'5", 140-pound junior. He'll wear number 21. And your fullback will be number 44, Aaron Davidson, 5'9", 158-pound senior. And at quarterback, a young man that you and I both know and have known for a few years, Michael Edwards, 5'10", 160-pound junior, and he'll wear number 7.
Now the offensive starting lineup for the Twin Springs Titans, who run out of a wishbone set. At tight end, number 9, Michael Piercy, 5'9", 165-pound senior. At left tackle, number 50, Jamie Burke, 5'9", 210-pound senior. At left guard, number 55, Jeremy Heron, 5'9", 225-pound senior. The center is Daniel Elliott, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. The right guard, Jason Kegley, 6'1", 190-pound freshman. The right tackle, Tim Compton, 5'8", 235-pound freshman. At tight end, Eric Ross, 6'3", 225-pound senior. The quarterback, John Broadwater, number 10, 6'2", 165-pound junior. The left halfback, Quentin Bice, 5'8", 180-pound senior, number 21. Number 23, the fullback, Gary Chafin, 5'8", 170-pound junior. And at right halfback, Michael Keith, 5'9", 160-pound junior.
Well, Larry, tactics here. Rye Cove's been on the field for about 10 minutes. The officials are waiting. The Spirit line has been formed for some time, and the Titans are still in the locker room.
Well, that's a good ploy, isn't it? I mean, the coaches probably using every minute they can possibly get in to psych this team up before they come out to play the game.
Yeah. I'd say you're right. As usual. You know, you and I, as I said a while ago, have known Michael Edwards for 2 or 3 years now. We've seen him play ball, and we've seen him play baseball. We've seen him play in the senior league program down at Gate City for Rye Cove team. We've seen him on the Rye Cove baseball team, as you and I have both umpired over there and seen him play over there. And Michael actually got his start at quarterback as a freshman there after an injury, I believe, to one of the other players. I don't recall who, but Michael has actually almost got 3 years experience in at that quarterback spot.
Yeah, he has, and he did an excellent job over there last year, Mark. I believe last year when Daniel and I did the game, Rye Cove ran out of a Delaware wing T set on offense.
I'm not sure. I wasn't at that game.
Now they're coming out of a full house.
Pretty much that's their basic offense will be the full house T formation. They'll also run a little bit of the run and shoot. I don't know how much run and shoot we'll see, but they have ran out of the run and shoot a couple of times. But basically they'll operate out of a T formation, and Twin Springs will operate out of a wishbone.
Well, you know, we also know some of these young men that are on the football team for Twin Springs. Quentin Bice played a little baseball for me for 3 years.
Yeah, that's right. He did. He played for your team, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, I was up here last year during baseball season and saw one of the longest balls I've seen hit. The longest ball I've ever seen, baseball I've ever seen hit up here off the baseball field, actually hit on the back side of the ticket office here. And if folks are familiar with this facility up here, the baseball field actually is below the football field to our left. It's quite a long ways from home plate to that ticket booth up on the hill up there.
Oh, it sure is. Quentin has been an excellent baseball player and has had some good years up here in football. I think he's had a couple of injuries in football, Mark, since he's been at Twin Springs. And by the way, Twin Springs won the toss and elected to receive. So another ploy possibly. They want to put their offense on the field first and keep maybe Rycove's offense off the field as long as possible.
Can, yeah. And tonight is parents' night here too at Twin Springs High School, as all the cheerleaders and football players, parents were introduced before the ball game.
We're getting close to time for the national anthem, and right now we will
Please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
have the national anthem from Twin Springs High School, just outside of Nicholsville.
National anthem.
The Twin Springs High School band with our national anthem as we prepare to.
A moment of silence is requested so that all in attendance, each in their own way, might contemplate and reflect upon the lessons and values of sportsmanship
Kind of waiting to see what this moment of silence was for.
and teamwork and competition which bring us together tonight.
As we are in the process of having a moment of silence.
Thank you very much.
That's not hard for me to do, to have a moment of silence. As the kickoff for the Rycove Eagles is Michael Edwards. And we'll see who the Titans send back deep.
Michael
receive.
do the kicking too.
I kind of believe he may. He's standing over the football right now.
Okay, we're just
But now I may be wrong.
here from the kickoff.
I have been once.
Springs will do
I don't believe that.
in tonight's ball game.
I think you just thought you were wrong, really.
Let's see who we got going back. Looks like 22 and 20. 20 is Michael Keith. 22 is Jason Scalf.
22 Jason.
Number 9 and number 21 is your short backs. It's
Piercy and
Bice.
Quentin Bice. And Edwards will prepare to kick off from his own 40-yard line.
Number 7, Michael Edwards.
As we're just a moment away from the opening kickoff.
And here's the kick.
Edwards hits a kick off the side of his foot that bounds out of bounds inside the 30 down at about the 25.
Yard line. Well, Twin Springs will take
So
over.
Twin Springs should take over, I would think, in high school. I believe it's at the 35, Mark.
I believe you're exactly right, sir.
So pretty good field position for her.
Yeah, I'm looking over at the Rycove sidelines. They brought a crowd of people over here tonight.
Yeah,
They're about
stands
full
are
on
full.
this side. Quite a few Gate City people up here. I've seen several.
Well, the Blue Devils not playing tonight. We'll open up next week in playoff action.
Well, they've elected to
Ryko will be
assess the penalty and re-kick.
Well,
and will kick off
you don't see that happen very often, but
on the 35-yard line instead of the 40.
Ryko will be penalized. Instead of kicking off from the 40, will be kicking off from their own 35. As Edwards will tee it up again. And the deep backs move up
Once again, tee up the ball.
5 or 6 yards to take in account for the penalty.
And let's try.
So here's Edwards' second kick. It's an end-over-end kick.
This one's going to stay in the field of play.
It's fielded, fumbled by
Picked up by the Titan running back.
Stacy, I believe. Keith, Michael Keith.
About the same position
Yeah,
as
may have lost a little bit of yardage, Larry, by doing that.
27, 28-yard line. Twin Springs.
May have lost a lot of yardage.
Yeah, I believe they may have. Well, it was placed. It actually went out of bounds a while ago on the 27, and guess where they get it?
Yeah, right back to
On the
27.
27. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans on their own 27-yard line.
Looks like the War Eagles coming up with a 4-man defensive front.
27-yard line.
3 linebackers.
John Broadwater brings the Titans up to the line of scrimmage in the wishbone formation.
Wishbone formation as Broadwater hands off to the fullback, and he fumbles the football, but I believe the Titans have jumped on the fumble after a gain of, really the gain was about 2 yards. After the fumble, picked up another couple yards and almost came up with a 5-yard gain on the play, Mark.
Yeah, it gets about a 5-yard gain. That's,
In the process, they picked up 5 yards.
if you're going to fumble, make sure you fumble forward, I guess.
5 yards
Yeah.
reserved for the Titans.
Second down and 5. John Broadwater, the quarterback for the Titans. In the backfield, he has Bice, Chafin, and Keith.
Broadwater takes
Fumble
Broadwater
again.
fumbles the snap, and I believe the Titans have fallen on the fumble again. The Titans, huh?
Broadwater able to fall on his own fumble that time. Larry looked like he just didn't receive the ball cleanly.
Well, that's not a real good start, Mark. 2 snaps, 2 fumbles.
Yeah, and actually they lost about a yard or maybe closer to on
Yeah,
that
closer
play.
to 2. Brings up 3rd down and about 7 for the Twin Springs Titans. I'll say it real slow.
And here's the handoff.
They hand off on a little inside trap this time. The back is at the 50, 45, the 40, makes a move, gets inside the 35 down to about the 31-yard line. That's Piercy. That was an end, tight end reverse.
Yeah, it was a little inside reverse as they came inside with it. Very nearly was caught in the backfield, able to elude that tackler and got outside. And, man, there was a lot of running room around the right end that time for Piercy and done a good job. They're deep into War Eagle territory now.
Ball spotted on the 31-yard line of Ryko. 1st and 10. We have 10:20 to go in the first quarter, no score.
You know, that reverse was hid very well, that inside reverse like that.
Brings the team up to the line of
2 tight ends for the Titans.
yards to go. On the right side, 32 yards.
Broadwater hands off to the fullback. It's Chafin. He gets across the 30 down to about the 27. A pretty good gain on 1st down, close to 4 yards.
Made by number 3.
Yeah, number 3, Michael Paul Berry, in on the tackle that time. As the man there makes the initial contact, got some help out of number 75, Jason Tipton.
We'll call it 2nd down and 7. Ball's at the 28-yard line of Ryko. That almost looks like a full house, Mark, instead of a
Takes the snap.
Broadwater fakes, pitches out on the option to Keith, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage for about a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, again, Michael Berry in on the tackle, number 3 that time.
I believe on the carry for Twin
Done a good job reading the option. Shut down inside and went right for the pitch man. Done a good job.
A loss of a little bit more than 3. He's going to make it, we'll call it 3rd down and 10. The ball's at the 30, close to the 32-yard line. As again, the Titans come up to the line of scrimmage with a wide out, split out wide to the left, 1 wing back on the right side. Shotgun formation. Broadwater throws a pass that's deflected by Michael Edwards and incomplete.
I think the pass was intended for number 83 that time, Larry. That would be
Eric Ross.
Eric Ross. Keith actually had a chance or a shot at it off the deflection. It had been a little bit longer.
10 yards to go.
So it's going to bring up 4th down and 10. And it looks like the Titans are going to drop back in punt formation, as I believe Eric Ross is a punter.
Try to kick the ball either out of bounds or get some coverage downfield. It's going to take a pretty short punt here.
For the Titans,
I see the War Eagles haven't dropped anybody back in punt receiving.
Ross takes the snap.
It's a good snap. Gets off a high end-over-end kick that hits at about the 13-yard line, takes a reverse spin, and is down by the Titans at,
17 yards.
we'll call it the 17-yard line of the War Eagles.
Really, it's a pretty good punt, Larry. He didn't. He executed like he should. He kicked the ball kind of straight up, and plenty of Titans down there around the ball to down it. Had that ball taken a forward bounce, the War Eagles would have been real deep back in their own territory.
Michael Edwards, the quarterback for Ico.
The War Eagles come to the line of scrimmage for the first time, starting on their own 17. Edwards hands off to Davidson off of right guard. Right tackle gets 10, 12, almost 15 yards on the play. A little over 15 yards up to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 on the first carry by Aaron Davidson.
Yeah, well, I tell you, a lot of quickness there. Davidson made a couple of moves, tried to cut it inside, bounced it back outside before it was brought down by number 10 that time for the Titans. That would be John Broadwater.
1st and 10 to go.
Hadn't been for Broadwater over there, I believe Davidson was going to go all the way.
Full house with Davidson, the fullback in this full house. 2 tight ends for the War Eagles. They hand off again on a trap play to Davidson. He gets another 10, 11 yards. As Aaron Davidson is just picking up 10 yards at a whack, Mark.
Well, there's a massive hole in there that time for Davidson to run through. Edwards took the ball, faked it like he was going to pitch the ball, handed it back down on almost like a little draw play as Davidson took a counter step, cut it back inside, and there was a massive hole there to run through, Larry.
So the ball's at the 44-yard line of Ryko. 1st and 10. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score. Edwards, same play this time to Davidson. He's hit after a gain of 2 or 3 and drags tacklers for another 4 or 5 yards and has another 1st down. So 3 carries, all 3 carries to Aaron Davidson, and over 10 yards a carry so far.
Well, Davidson made a good move that time, a spin move. Inside, was able to break free for momentarily, and then actually just was able to drag a couple of defenders along with him as he, again, as you said, he's 3 plays and 3 first down.
Davidson moved the ball that time down to the 45-yard line of Twin Springs. 1st and 10, War Eagles. Edwards fakes that little handoff in the middle, pitches to his tailback, Jason Peterson, as he's running left. Gets across the 40 down to the 35-yard line and has, I believe, another 1st down. He's inside the 35 down to about the 34.
And he does have another 1st down. And Peterson actually got tripped up on one of his own players waiting for him to make a block. I think it may have been number 22.
The other Peterson, Josh.
Peterson. Are they brothers?
I believe they are, but I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No, the problem, one's a, I was looking to see if they were both in the same year of school. One's a sophomore and one's a junior.
Full house backfield. And off to Davidson, running off a right tackle this time, and the Titans hit him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gained a yard on the play, but not much more than that.
Yeah, I cannot see who made the initial contact in there. I think it may have been number 21, Quentin Bice. I'm not sure.
It looks like 21.
You know,
over on the corner.
It's bad to say, but that's got to be some moral victory. That's the first time that they've been able to keep them from getting a 1st down.
First time we stopped them under 10 yards.
Yeah, first time they stopped them under 10. That's some sort of moral victory.
2nd down and 9 for the War Eagles. They pitch out to Josh Peterson running left. He's inside the 20, hit and knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
Knocked out of bounds by number 10, John Broadwater.
Josh Peterson for the Eagles.
And more than enough for the 1st down that time, Larry. And I don't know when I've seen this much speed on the ball field at one time.
I'll tell you, Mark, I hadn't seen Rycove until last year, this same game over there. And their backfield really impressed me. Their backfield could play with any high school around here.
My gosh, I'll tell you one thing. You talking about being quick. These kids have got some quickness.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line of Twin Springs, the War Eagles.
Edwards takes the staff hands off.
Fakes that little toss and hands off to Davidson straight up the gut. He gets inside the 10, I think. Well, they may spot it right in. No, it looks like about the 9-yard line.
Stop made by Robert Blanton, number 12.
12 on the tackle for Twin Springs.
A gain of about 4 on the play is going to bring up a gain of 5 is going to bring up second down and 5.
Be sure and get that Blanton boy's name in there.
Yes, yes, sir. May be related.
I have no idea. I didn't know there were any other Blantons in this part of the country.
5:34 to go. Pitch out this time to Jason Peterson. He gets inside the 5, I believe, down to about the 4 as we're spotted on about the 25-yard line on the far side of the far end of the field. So
it feels like the rain may be picking up a little bit.
Looks like it's going to be third and about a yard to go for an Eagle first down.
Like a ball spotted just short of the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and about 1 to go. As the War Eagles could pick up a first down if they get the ball up to or over the 5-yard line. Edwards hands off to Davidson. He has the first down, hit and tackle as he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Ryco War Eagles.
Well, I got to tell you, Larry, you can say a lot about the speed in this backfield, boy. Got to give that offensive line a lot of credit. There were some massive holes up front that time.
Well, the first 3 plays they ran with Davidson, just straight up the gut.
Yeah.
There was a big enough hole for me and you to go through shoulder to shoulder.
That is massive.
So the War Eagles will line up and go for 2 as they score with 4:54 to go in the first quarter. Edwards pitches outside to Jason Peterson as he goes into the corner of the end zone. Good for the 2-point conversion.
Just kind of little quick pitch out to the right. And, the last time they ran that play, Peterson also looked like he was going to be shut down inside, but with his quickness, he just bounces it outside and beats everybody to the corner, doesn't he?
Yeah, both Petersons, I think, have real good speed, Mark. And, Davidson is not a real big back, but he gets a lot of tough yardage up the middle.
Right up the middle, and where they're going usually is pretty tough in there. Sir? I had some questions coming out of the press box. Thought I better attend to there.
Well, I noticed you were saying sorry, and I knew you wasn't talking to me. As Ryco prepares to kick off to the Titans after jumping on front with 4:54 to go in the first quarter. They lead Twin Springs by a score of 8-0. The Twin Springs, I thought, used all 3 of their backs. They featured probably Davidson more in that run than anybody else, Mark. But both Petersons carried the ball during the run. And
this time
there's
Peterson
Edwards
kicks off.
Yeah, he kicks off. Keith feels it at the 20, running, trying to get outside, gets up across the 20 to the 25, where he's hit and tackled by, looks like,
one of the Peterson boys.
Josh Peterson, number 22.
Yeah, number 21, Jason Peterson kicked off that time.
Instead of Edward.
Yeah.
Tackle made by number 22, Josh Peterson.
Yeah, I think that was.
And it was Scalf on the carry?
Yes.
Twin Springs will begin this drive on their own 26-yard line. First down, 10 yards.
Take us just a few minutes to kind of get ourselves oriented to these numbers and names, won't it?
Well, Scalf, yeah. What is Scalf's number? 22?
No, 22, I'm sorry. 9 is somebody else here. Piercy.
Broadwater brings the Titans.
Broadwater comes up in a run and shoot formation this time with wide outs on the right and on the left.
Well, they got movement on the right side of the, or be the left side of the Titan offensive line.
Well, there is a flag on the play as my expert analyst spotted early. Well, I about made it. I don't know what I about made out of it.
Well, a lot of things you can make out of it, but expert will not be one of them.
As the Titans are going to be penalized 5 yards for illegal procedure as the raindrops get just a little harder.
Yeah, I believe not too bad yet, just sort of a heavy mist.
Same formation this time for the Titans, a run and shoot formation with only one back in the backfield.
Broadwater takes the stand.
2 backs. Broadwater hands off to the tailback, and I couldn't see exactly who was running out of the tailback spot, could you?
No, I couldn't. I'm sorry, but I did not see that. I believe number 35 for the War Eagles made the tackle, though. and that will be Brent Mullins.
I think it may have been Chafin on the carry for Twin Springs.
You know, the War Eagles look to have a pretty good size across the defensive front, don't they?
Yes, they do. They have pretty good
Number
size.
77 is a hoss.
Shotgun formation this time as Broadwater takes a deep snap, throws a pass complete to his back out of the backfield. That's Bice. He gets up across the 20, up to about the 25-yard line.
If Bice had have gotten the blocking that the block that he needed there on that time on the outside, he could have had a wide open field.
Got a 4-yard pickup on the.
Needed one block out there on the corner.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up
So we've got third down.
third down
About 10 yards
and
to go
10 yards to go.
for Springs.
Shotgun again as Broadwater
Broadwater shotgun formation.
takes the snap. He hands off on the draw to his right halfback. He's trying to get outside.
For running room.
Breaks tackles, gets up over to the 30, the 35, hit and tackle finally as he gets up close to the 40-yard line. Some good hard running that time. As soon as we pick up the number, Mark, it's 23, it's Chafin on the carry.
I'll tell you, I thought it was just me that was having a hard time seeing those numbers.
That's the way they're outlined, I think.
Carry, and he didn't give up.
Yeah, we're standing on the 25.
First down.
Actually, the
Good effort.
25-yard line on the to our right. So.
Looks to me like a full house backfield this time by the Titans.
Broadwater takes the snap and
They hand off to the fullback, and that's Chafin again. He gets up over the 40 to about the 42-yard line. The gain of close to 3 on the play brings up second down and 7 with 2:40 to go in the first quarter. The War Eagles lead the Titans by a score of 8-0. Now they've gone into a wishbone set. As the fullback goes in motion now this, they pitch to the left halfback, and that's
Number 22.
Scalf, I believe. Yeah, Jason Scalf on the carry.
Jason Scalf is
And he actually
probably for no gain on that carry.
may have lost a yard or no gain at all. As one thing Rycove is able to do, Mark, with their speed, seems to me like is shut the outside.
They close in a hurry, don't
Yeah, they close in a hurry. They shut this outside game off of the
2
Titans.
minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
Third down and 3.
Excuse me, go ahead.
As they break, they have the wishbone again.
Calling his signals out.
2 tight ends. As the fullback again goes in motion. They hand off on that little trap for the wingback. He's across the 45, across midfield, down to the 49-yard line. On the carry that time
Scalf again.
was Jason Scalf.
Stopped by Brent Mullins, number 35.
First down.
First and 10 for the Titans at the War Eagle 48.
Well, that's twice they've ran that play, and twice they've had good success. I believe it's the first time they ran it, though, when they put somebody in motion.
On the inside, though.
I'm glad that you got back into this overhang here and give me an idea on what to do. Broadwater hands off to his right halfback. It's Keith running around the left end. He gets to the 40, the 35, the 30. Hit, knocked out of bounds at about, we'll see where they spot it, right on the 30-yard line of Rycove.
Number 82, the man that makes the tackle across the way, that's Brian Gillenwater.
Pick up their third first down on this drive.
And Larry,
First down.
not only does the Rycove War Eagles have some speed, but so do these Twin Spring Titans.
Yeah, Michael Keith shows quite a bit of, speed. That first and 10 on the War Eagle 30-yard line. The Titans. Broadwater hands off this time to Bice running left. He gets inside the 30 down to about the 20.
That's about a 4.5 yard pickup.
We're going to spot it at the 26. It is a 4-yard gain.
Second down and 6 yards to go.
As Bice picks up 4 on the play, we're down to inside of 30 seconds. Second down and 6. Broadwater calling out the signal.
Broadwater, quarterback for Twin Springs, takes the snap.
Drops straight back. Throws a long pass that is intended for his tight end, Ross, who tripped and fell, and the pass was almost intercepted by Michael Edwards.
You know, I thought Ross, had he been able to keep his footing and not fall, I think that Ross had a good shot at catching that ball. And then after he fell, I thought Michael Edwards had a great shot at interception there.
Yeah, I believe it may have been just a little bit underthrown. I thought it might needed to have been just a little bit harder. That play stops the clock with 12.2 seconds. Third down and 7, the scoreboard says. If you just joined us, the War Eagles lead the Titans by a score of 8-0. Shotgun formation. Broadwater drops straight back, gets some pressure, throws a pass that is almost caught by Michael Piercy. Almost made a one-handed catch. Just couldn't control it.
Yeah, just off his fingertips. Pretty good pass. The quarterback, who was the quarterback again? Give it to me.
Broadwater.
Broadwater, thank you. Was running for his life.
You know, this is the second time that Twin Springs has been pretty deep in Rye Cove territory, and they have they have their punt team out. Now they take a timeout to maybe discuss this.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 5. I see Coach Bucky Mead going out on the field. I think he may want to rethink this just a little bit. And while they're doing that, we'll tell you that football on Cablevision Channel 30 and also on Nicholsville Community Channel 19 is brought to you by Gate City Ford. At Gate City Ford, remaining 1997 vehicles are going fast, and special financing is available as low as 2.9%. Gate City Ford still has 4 1997 model cars, 5 Rangers, and 5 F-150s left in stock. Don't delay. Visit Gate City Ford today for rock-bottom prices.
Roberts Tire and Recapping. At Roberts Tire and Recapping, problems with your tires, brakes, or air conditioning will be eliminated at the best prices in town. Need an alignment or tune-up? Bring your car to Roberts. You'll be glad you did.
We'll have a lucky winner there as well.
As now the Titans have changed their mind. Instead of punting, they're going to go for it on 4th and about 6 yards to go.
Well, they've got the track team in, Larry.
Yeah, they got the run and shoot formation. 3 wideouts on the right. Broadwater rolls to his right. Throws a pass that's intended for Piercy. May have been deflected just a little bit, but hit Piercy right in the shoulder pad.
Yeah, actually, I think Michael Edwards had just enough hand on the ball to distract Piercy. As you said, though, the ball actually hit him right about letter high, and he had an opportunity to pull that in and make the first down. So they spread a lot of people out that time. They had 4 wideouts, 3 on the right and 1 on the left.
The War Eagles will take over on downs at their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Rye Cove at their own 26. We have 3.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rye Cove leads by a score of 8-0. Edwards fakes to the fullback, pitches to Jason Peterson running around left end, and he's hit and thrown down after a small gain of about maybe a yard. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. We'll tell you that at the end of one quarter, the Rye Cove War Eagles lead the Twin Springs Titans by a score of 8-0.
Scott County football is brought to you by Scott Telecom and Electronics. At Scott Telecom and Electronics, they take pride in providing dedicated service to the communities of Scott County. From quality cable television to cellular phone service, STE is big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
By State Line Graphics. For quality offset and screen printing for all your business and personal needs, visit State Line Graphics. Serving Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee since 1989.
By Magnolia Place. If you're looking for the perfect gift for that special occasion, look no farther than Magnolia Place. Magnolia Place, a truly unique shopping experience. And be sure to get by Magnolia Place's open house. That's tomorrow, November 8th. So get by there and see Christy and get by and enjoy her open house session.
By the Hair Studio. For quality care by qualified professionals, visit the Hair Studio in Weber City. The Hair Studio offers 6 hairstylists, electrolysis by Phyllis and Donna, tanning beds, jewelry, and more. Call for an appointment or just walk in.
Well, the good news is they're coming back toward us. Maybe we'll be able to get those numbers.
War Eagles, second down and 9. They fake that toss again and hand off to Davidson. Almost the same play that they've just about run either every time, Mark, except for a couple of pitch outs.
Yeah, the Titan defense seems to have tightened up some this time, Larry.
Yeah, Davidson was hit after no gain, really. Brings up a third down and 9.
Big down here for the Titan defense, and Ryko has called timeout.
The War Eagles have taken a timeout. As I'm looking for the top to my ink pen to keep from getting ink all over.
With that timeout, we'll tell you that football is brought to you by Gate City Motor Company. If you're in the market for a used car or truck, check out Gate City Motor Company. Gate City Motor Company specializes in late model four-wheel drives, is a dealer for Fox Trailers, and offers buy here, pay here financing.
By JMP Markets. If you're looking for one-stop shopping at its best, check out JMP Markets with locations in both Big Moccasin and Nicholsville. The JMP Market is never far away. Stop by for gas, groceries, and more.
By the Titan marching band, so
Larry, the Twin Spring Titans now have held on the first two plays and bring up a third and about 10 here. And if they can keep the War Eagles from getting a first down, they're going to end up with pretty good field position.
This first time I think maybe that the War Eagles have had a down and this many yards to go to get a first down, Mark.
Big down here for the Eagles.
Edwards
called the signal.
pitches this time to
Number 22.
Josh Peterson, trying to get around the corner on the right side. He's hit and tackled after he gets up across the 25 to about the 27. It's going to be short of the first down by quite a bit of yards.
Yeah, Scalf did a good job that time by staying. Was that Scalf, number 22?
Yes.
I thought it was. Maybe been number 32, Randy Davis.
I think our
It was
PA announcer up here said 22 Scalf.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he did a good job. If that's who it was, he did a real good job containing Peterson that time.
Doing the punting for Rycove is Davidson. He gets off a wobbly kick. Get the Titans try to field, fumble, but I believe they're able to fall on their own fumble. On top of the fumble this time is Edwards, Keith.
Yeah, but it is Keith.
So the Titans will take over on their own 40, we'll call it the 43.
And then again, the rain begins to get a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's the first time you and I have been out in the elements all year since Brookville.
That's the first time we've seen a ball game actually played during the rain this year, too.
First and 10 for the Titans as they come up in the wishbone. Broadwater hands off to his right, halfback Keith running left. He breaks the tackle to the line of scrimmage, gets across the 45 to about the 46-yard line, a gain of a little over 2 on the play.
Travis Roach in on the tackle for the War Eagles. And actually, Keith didn't have anywhere to go. He was just trying to hunt him a place to make some positive yards that time, wasn't he?
Yeah, a gain of 2 on the play brings up second down and 8. 10-13 to go in the second quarter. The War Eagles lead the Titans by a score of 8-0. Shotgun formation again. Broadwater drops straight back, throws a pass that's complete out in the right flat to his running back Keith, and he picks up extra yardage for his hit, knocked out of bounds, and I believe he may have a first down.
The initial contact was made by Brian Gillenwater on the Rye Cove sideline, or near the Rye Cove sideline, and Keith did a good job dancing his way up the side to stay in bounds.
He kind of broke that tackle and picked up maybe 3 yards and the first down. So it's first and 10 inside the Rye Cove, down about the 47 of Rye Cove. Wishbone set again. As Rye Cove shows blitz, they put the fullback in motion. Pitch the ball to the right halfback. Keith running left. Needs a block on the corner. Gets inside the 45, down close to the 40 before he's hit and knocked out of bounds. Well, evidently wasn't knocked out of bounds, but the official keeps the clock moving.
I thought he went out of bounds.
I did too, but the official keeps the clock moving.
Well, we're not at a real good angle to see that.
About an 8-yard gain on the play brings up second down and 2. Excuse me.
You know, had he not run out of blockers out there, he would have got that block on the corner. That was pretty good blocking out on the around the corner. He just needed one a little farther outside.
Wishbone set again with Broadwater the quarterback. 2 tight ends for the Titans. Broadwater hands off to his left halfback this time. That's Scalf on the carry, running right over right tackle. Short yardage on the play, maybe a gain of 1.
Shannon Bishop, number 55, in on the tackle for the War Eagles.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 1 with 8:57 to go. Second quarter. The War Eagles lead the Titans by a score of 8-0.
Big down here for the Titan offense.
Looks like the War Eagles need to make about the 37-yard line, Mark. So that's not right. Broadwater pitches to his left halfback. Keith gets around the corner. It's the 30, 25, 20. Makes a move. Gets another 2 or 3 yards before he's hit, knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line of the War Eagles.
Well, whether it was right or whether it was wrong, it doesn't make any difference on what yard line he needed to make. You said that wasn't right. He got more than enough for the first down on a good run around the left end.
You know, we have an officials timeout here, Mark. It really makes it nice to have a real high advantage point in doing one of these games, and we're down just a little lower than we normally would be. It's kind of hard to pick up all the yard markers as we make excuses as we go.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hard for Daniel to film too. We're almost, like I say, we're almost on the 25-yard line back here, 25-30, and the ball game's on the other end of the field right now.
1st and 10 from the 17. Hand off to Scaff, running out of the left halfback spot, gets through the corner. There's a flag on the play as Scaff gets down close to the 10-yard line, but that could be in the area where you might have a hold, Mark.
Yeah, a hold or a clip 1.
It is holding against the Titans.
It looks like a holding call.
I tell you, Larry, I'm impressed with the amount of blocking that the Titan runners are getting out on the outside. They're pulling some blockers out of the line and getting some good lead blocking out of the backfield. That's a very costly penalty there.
You know, I was kind of surprised when you came back with
we have a timeout on the field.
With the lineups. We'll get back to that in just a minute as we look at a couple more spots.
Scott County football is brought to you by First Step Rehab. First Step Rehab provides quality services of physical therapy and athletic training, specializing in occupational and speech therapy, sports injuries, and orthopedic, neurological, and pediatric rehabilitation. First Step Rehab is proud to be a part of the Gate City and Scott County community.
Scott County football is also brought to you by Weber City Drug Center, Doherty Brothers Chevrolet GOG Beagle, Doc Whitley Nationwide Insurance, Athletics Unlimited, Photogenius Image Consultants, Valley View Animal Clinic, Big Break Exxon, Scott Jewelers, The Dog House, Delegate Terry Kilgore, Uncommon Goods, Showtime Video, Fantastic Sports, Southern Finance, and Robinette Steel. Thanks to all those fine sponsors who help bring you Scott County football tonight.
Yeah, and be sure and get out and see those fine sponsors. And tomorrow will be a good opportunity, as I said, to get down. And one other, and you get down and see, Teddy Kilgore.
Yes, by all means, go see Teddy. Twin Springs, after the penalty, has the ball spotted back. They have a man out in the open. The pass from Broadwater leads him just a little bit too much down at about the 10-yard line. The pass is incomplete. The pass was intended for Piercy.
Broadwater did a good job that time waiting for Piercy to break into the open, and Piercy actually was able to get a couple of steps on the defender back there.
After the 10-yard penalty mark, he moved the ball back to the 25-yard line. It's second and 20 now from the 25-yard line as the umbrellas come out in the stand.
Well, I can see why.
Second down, Twin Springs.
Fullback in motion, now that Wishbone. They hand off on that little inside trap to the halfback that time. That's 22 on the carry. That's Scaff again. It's really an end around instead of a wingback, Mark, and he picked up almost enough yardage for the first down.
Yeah, it's kind of on the hands off on that coming back inside. If you notice that it doesn't break it out wide outside, it hides it very well back in behind the offensive line. And when he gets outside out there, he just breaks into the open. And that's a play they've been able to run very successfully so far every time they've executed it tonight. I think the stop was made by Barry that time, number 3.
Brings up, after that good gain, brings up a 3rd down and 1.
Offensive line coming up to the line.
Just short of the 5-yard line.
Broadwater takes
Handoff this time to,
a Titan running back, and I believe he's
not sure who the running back is, but he gets inside the 5 and has the 1st down. I believe that's Keith again on the carry.
Michael Keith on the carry.
Stop made by number 88 that time is Travis Roach.
It's going to be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line of the War Eagles.
Yes, thank you.
Once again, we have
Once we start
Official timeout, and well, they're taking that timeout, and I'm taking some time here to
tape down the equipment, cover it up, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much this is going to do, and it's raining like this.
And 5 yards to go for a touchdown.
1st and goal at the 5 for the Titans. Wishbone said as Broadwater brings them up, 2 tight ends. Fullback again goes in motion. Pitches to the right halfback. Keith, he goes into the end zone, touchdown for the Titans. 7:18 to go in the 2nd quarter. Twin Springs has closed the gap down to 8-6 and will be attempting the extra point.
Well, Larry, the thing that set up that offensive drive, excuse me, as I about dropped everything I had. The thing that set up that good offensive drive was a very good defensive stand the last time by the Titan defense. That they made some adjustments and was able to shut down the speed of the Petersons and Davidson.
We have a timeout called by the Titans. So with the timeout, we'll tell you that with 7:18 to go in the first half, it is 8-6 Rye Cove over Twin Springs. As what you said, Mark, was exactly right. The good defensive stand made by the Titans gave them better field position to start their drive.
You got to credit, the offense worked hard that time and was able to pick up some good yardage, especially on the outside and around the corners. But I think you got to give the defense a lot of credit for that score too.
Well, Twin Springs had moved the ball, Mark, about 50 yards every time they'd had the football. It seemed like their drive always stalled maybe 20, 25 yards shorter.
Yeah, each time they came down, they were getting just a little deeper into War Eagle territory.
Now they're attempting to tie up the ball game here.
They go into a run and shoot formation for the 2-point conversion. 3 wide outs to the right. They pitch on a inside end around, I believe, this time with Scaff on the carry, and War Eagles have that defense well with Davidson throwing for a loss back behind the 10, back close to the 15. The point after is no good. So with 7:18 to go in the first half, the War Eagles of Rye Cove lead the Twin Springs Titans by a score of 8-6.
Yeah, credit Aaron Davidson with a good stop that time. Actually, what the Titans had done, set all the motion to the right side, and the quarterback comes out and takes the ball. Looks like he's going to run an option or an end around on the right side, and actually but I was planning on having breakfast that morning.
That's what I was thinking. There's food. Maybe we ought to go. Here's the kickoff by Ross. A high end over end kick is fielded by Davidson at his 14-yard line. He's across the 20, the 25, breaks the tackle, gets hit again at about the 30, and finally brought down at about his 33-yard line. Edwards brings him up to the line of scrimmage. They hand off to the fullback Davidson, and he runs a little slant off of left guard. Gets across the 35, up close to about gain of 4 on the play, up close to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, number 34, Compton, number 12, Robert Blanton, and number 33, Jimmy Kemp in that time for the Titans. And War Eagles finding it going just a little bit tougher than they did earlier in the ball game.
We'll call it 2nd down and 6. Edwards hands off this time to Peterson, Jason Peterson, running out of the right halfback spot. He gets across the 40, up close to the 44-yard line.
Chafin able to get a hand on him that time, Larry. It looked like Peterson was going to bust out into the open that time. Chafin, I believe. That's right, Chafin. Yeah, I'll say it 4 or 5 times. I'll get it right. Maybe.
First down at the War Eagle 44. First and 10 for the War Eagles on their own 44-yard line. Michael Edwards hands off to the fullback Davidson, running left off of left guard. Gains about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Well, maybe closer to 6 on that play, Mark.
Well, I'll tell you, these backs are so fast, they can have 5 yards clicked off before you can about blink.
This Davidson kid, not to be any bigger than he is, he's only 5'9", 158.
Not very big for a fullback.
Not very big for a fullback, but he's a hard-running young man and does an excellent job. Edwards fakes to the fullback, throws a pass over the middle that's intended for his halfback out of the backfield, Josh Peterson, but he's overthrown and incomplete.
Yeah, Peterson was actually wide open, and Michael just unable to deliver the ball in there to him that time. Yeah, you're talking about Davidson and Jason Peterson, Josh Peterson. This backfield's not a very big backfield at all when you've got a fullback that's, what you say, 158 pounds?
Yeah, 158.
But I tell you, I understand why they're going with this backfield. It features a ton of speed, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It has tremendous speed. Third down and about 4. Hand off to Davidson. Big hole off the right end. Let's see a flag on the play as Davidson gets inside the Twin Springs 40 down to about the 38, but could be a hold on this play, Mark.
Yeah, that's right in the area where you're going to get holding, and the preliminary indication is holding. You know what impresses me about Davidson? I don't know who the faster of those 3 backs are supposed to be, but Davidson has a ton of quickness.
Yeah, his quick feet, doesn't he?
Oh man, I'll tell you, it's unbelievable how quick he will fake one way and cut it back the other way. He's got real quick feet. Good movement. As far as actual speed, one of the Peterson boys may be actually faster, but I doubt the fact that they got any more quickness than Davidson had.
I think you're right. After the penalty, balls move back to the 41-yard line of the War Eagles. Makes it 3rd down and 13. Edwards fakes that little toss, hands off to Davidson right up the gut. He's across the 40, the midfield stripe, across the 45, inside the 40 of Twin Springs. Picks up a first down just on it's really almost a draw, isn't it, Mark?
That's what it is. It looks just a draw. Looks like they faked the pitch. Davidson takes a counter step and comes right back up the center, right over either the center or either the left guard or right guard. I think that time I thought about Davidson was it took 5 Titan defenders to bring him down after he got 10 yards, 12 yards downfield.
1st and 10 for the War Eagles. They pitch it outside to Josh Peterson around left end. He gets 10, 12, 13 yards on the play before he's hit and tackled at about the 25-yard line of Twin Springs.
Number 23, Chafin again on the stop for the Titans. You and I aren't going to have any halftime stats this time, as we normally do for the Gate City ball games. But I'd be interesting to see how many yards
Rykov has accumulated. 1st and 10. Edwards hands off to Davidson again, and he's hit this time at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a half-yard gain. But
Blanton and Pearson in on the stop that time.
We'll give him a gain of 1 on the play, call it 2nd down and 9. We're inside of 4 minutes to go in the first half. The Rykov War Eagles lead the Twin Springs Titans by a score of 8-6. A little closer game than most people thought, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Michael Edwards. Rykov comes on a blitz, and the end crash from the middle as on the carry that time was Peterson, and stop him for almost no gain at all, maybe a half yard on the play.
Yeah, that's the 2nd play in a row that they've brought Blanton in on a blitz. And into the middle and the end, as you said, crashed right straight down. The defensive end crashes down the line and was able to shut that play down. I believe Quentin Bice that time, the man that
really came from
down
his
the line
cornerback
hard.
spot.
Yeah, came in hard from a cornerback.
3rd down and 9 as again the Titans come on a blitz. Edwards throws the pass out that's complete to Peterson. He's hit and tackled as he gets just across, well, they're going to call his knee down at the 21-yard line. So he only gained about a yard on that play.
Yeah, and that was a good screen, too. Had a lot of blockers out in front of him. Robert Blanton just come barreling through there, was able to bust through the screen and bring Peterson down. I tell you, Blanton's coming. I've been noticing him. There's got to be some relation as quick as he is.
I knew. We have a timeout here for just a second.
I'm sure as quick as he is, we're related somewhere down the line. But what I was noticing is he's getting a real good jump. I don't know if he's got Edwards' snap count down, but he's on. So
You're looking good
right now I'm leading.
4th and 6 for the War Eagles. A long count. Edwards runs the option. Has the corner. Hit, tackle, breaks the tackle, gets inside. The 5, the 10 into the end. The 10, the 5 into the end zone.
Whichever. He's still in the end zone.
Whatever he scored,
it's going to put points on the board. But a good job that time by Michael Edwards. Makes a good read on the corner and was able, as you said, to break one tackle. Actually, the man that had a shot at him on the other side over there, well, I thought was number 44, but there's no 44 on the roster, so I guess that's not right. May have been may have been 64.
So with that touchdown, that puts Twin Springs up. Rykova up by a score of 14-6. His range bothered my eyes. Rykova goes for 2. Edwards drops straight back, gets some pressure, and is hit as he attempts to throw the ball, and the ball falls incomplete. So with 2:29 to go in the first half, the War Eagles lead the Titans by a score of 14-6.
Eric Ross and
hits at the 20, rolls out of bounds inside the 15, down at the 14-yard line.
That's the closest we've had.
This time and fumbled by Bice at his 32, picks it up, cuts back inside, gets back up almost.
On to that lead and defeat the Vikings of Powell Valley. That'll be a major upset at Bullock Park. They're playing at Bullock Park, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Couldn't be a major upset, but Appalachia's #1 team in the state.
Well, that's right, they are.
Fullback goes to motion. They pitch to Keith running from the left halfback spot to his right, and he's hit and thrown behind the line of scrimmage for a big loss, all the way back inside his 25 down to his 24. The original line of scrimmage was the 31.
Brent Mullins and Michael Paul Berry that time on the tackle. Yeah, as I said that, I realized that's right, Appalachia is ranked #1 in the state. It still would be a big upset.
Well, it'd be
a big win.
I think it'd be a big win, not really a big upset. I think either one of those teams got an excellent chance of winning when they go in.
And they've not won the game yet.
Right. Wishbone said as the fullback goes in motion. Broadwater hands off. There's a fumble on the play, but I think Bice was the ball carrier, and he was able to fall on his own fumble after he picked up maybe 3 yards on the play.
Pickup is about 2 yards, so it's third down. It's
going to bring up a third down and about 14 with 1:15 to go before the half. Rykova leads Twin Springs by a score of 14-6. Fullback again goes in motion. Almost a busted play that time as Broadwater handed off to Keith. And
yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of confusion in the backfield. The War Eagles.
To do the punting on 4th down and 14, and back deep for Rykova is Davidson.
Back punting for Twin Springs.
He's standing inside of his 45, back almost to his 40 at the 41. We have an official's timeout, I believe, for
what?
Car lights.
Oh, car lights.
Have a car backing out that had the headlights
Delay in action here.
shining to the quarterback's eyes or the punter's eye. Now we're ready to go as Ross stands at his 15-yard line, gets a good snap. Rocco comes with pretty good pressure.
Oh, no.
And the punt was deflected and is down by
To the locker room.
Edwards. Hands off to a new back in the backfield. That's 35 on
Brent
the carry.
Mullins.
Brent Mullins on the carry that time. And he gets about 12 yards and a first down inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line.
Clock is now started once again.
As in a run and shoot formation, the War Eagles this time. Edwards drops straight back. Throws a long pass that is intended for his tight end.
Good defensive play that time by Keith.
Pass was intended for Brian Gillenwater, number 82.
Gillenwater's listed.
At the Titan 28. Davidson, the only back in the backfield. They have a wing back set on the left. Edwards gets a lot of pressure. He's hit, fumbles the football. We'll see who recovers the football. The officials indicate that the War Eagles down at 18. Edwards straight back, throws a pass that is complete to Peterson, and he's hit, tackled at about the 20.
Into the locker room, knowing they were going to have to come right back out and go right back out on the field and play a good first defensive series here in order to give the Titans any really hopes of staying in the ball game with the War Eagles. The defense has to have a good series right here, and if they can hold them out and get some decent field position, then Twin Springs is going to be right back in the middle of this ball game.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mark. Eric Ross will kick off, and it's an end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded by Davidson at his 14-yard line. He's across the 20, the 25, hit, breaks the tackle, gets up across the 40 before he's knocked out of bounds. So a good run back by Aaron Davidson as he brought it from his 14 to looks like we'll see where they're going to spot it. Looks like about the 44-yard line, really.
Yeah, I think he was knocked out of bounds by number 21, Quentin Bice, on the sideline.
So Rye Cove takes over with good field position at their own, we'll call it their own 43. As we're trying to get a drive football into the game.
Yeah, I noticed Davidson looked like he may have slipped just a little bit in the center portion of the field that times he tried to field that ball.
Yeah, it's probably just rained enough to make the grass get wet. It's not muddy by any stretch of the imagination. But full house. Michael Edwards, the quarterback. He hands off on looked like a trap to the left halfback. That's Josh Peterson on the carry. He's hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Good hit in there that time by Jamie Burke, number 50 for the Titans. Burke was right on top of the situation, and as you said, shut it down for just a very little gain.
We'll give him a gain of 1. Call it 2nd down and 9. Edwards, the quarterback. Hands off to Davidson running left, and I believe he tripped over one of his blockers. I believe he tripped over Josh Peterson's feet in the backfield for a loss.
He sure did. Number 22 was the man he tripped over. I'm having a hard time keeping the Peterson boys separated. 22 is Josh, and 21 is Jason.
So a loss on the play of almost 2 yards will bring up a 3rd down and 12.
I'll tell you what else I found out at halftime.
What?
There's a lot more Gate City people up here than I thought there was.
Is that right?
There's several.
Well, that's good. I'm glad they can get out and support the other 2 county schools. Edwards on an option, pitches to Davidson gets some pressure on the corner. He's hit at about the 41-yard line and stopped for little, if any, gain on the play.
Yeah, Blanton and
Matter of fact, a
Broadwater.
loss.
Blanton and Broadwater in on the tackle that time.
So, Mark, the Twin Springs did put up a good defensive stand on the first series. We're not sure what kind of field position they're going to get yet, but they did put up a good defensive stand like you surmised at halftime.
Yeah, they took some momentum into the locker room. I thought that was a big series because really the War Eagles had the ball pretty deep into Titan territory right before half.
Davidson will do the punting. He gets off an end-over-end punt that's fielded by Scaff at his 29, and he gets up across the 30 to about the 31 where he's hit and tackled by number 22, I believe, of the War Eagles. That's Josh Peters.
Scaff doing a pretty good job that time fielding the ball. Didn't actually have any running room after he fielded it, but still, there is a pretty heavy mist right now.
You know, Mark, I believe Scaff had a 100-yard game last week, over a 100-yard game rushing last week. And he's been a little injured, I think you found out when you went to get the lineups, did you?
Yeah, I thought that's the man that I was told was only going to go one way, but so far he's went both ways tonight.
High formation this time, handoff to the fullback. He fumbles it, and Rycove recovers at the 34-yard line of Twin Springs. So a big turnover on the first play on offense by the Titans in the second half.
Well, that's the kind of thing that I know the Titans surely didn't want to see. They were able to make a good defensive stand and come out with relatively decent field position and then fumble on the first play from scrimmage.
So Rycove right back in business. Edwards on the handoff to Davidson is hit about the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the play, as I see the side judge counting heads. I believe maybe Twin Springs may have had too many people on the field, as one came off and nobody came back in.
Well, they're still counting players.
They have 11 now, and one came off the field, made 12, so that signals illegal participation, I think, is a correct call. And that penalty will be a 15-yard penalty against the Titans. It'll move the ball down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
No, that's a very costly penalty.
So Rycove will have it 1st and 10 at the 19 of Twin Springs after the 15-yard penalty. Two tight ends for the War Eagles. Edwards, the quarterback, full house backfield. Fakes to the fullback, tries to run the option, and just keeps it as he goes around the left end and picks up a couple of yards on the play.
I believe that's number 63 on the stop over there for the Titans. Sean Ramsey. Is that correct? No, he's on the sideline, I've been informed. That is not correct. Help me out with that number then, Dan. Help me. Give me a voice from above. I apologize to Mr. Ramsey.
Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 8. Power I formation this time as they hand off to Jason Peterson running left. He's hit and stopped short of the 1st down marker.
Quentin Bice in on the stop that time.
Peterson picked up close to 7 yards on the play. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. With 8:35 to go in the 3rd quarter, the War Eagles lead the Titans by a score of 14-6. Have a 3rd and 2 on the Titan 12-yard line. Let's get inside the 10 to the 9 for a 1st down here. Full house backfield. In the backfield this time at the right halfback spot. The handoff is to Davidson. He gets his 1st down, drives inside the 10, down close to the 7-yard line.
Eric Ross in on the stop, and I about believe that number 83 may have been the man that made the stop a while ago. Now that I can see a little better.
Brent Mullins in the backfield now at the right halfback spot. It's going to be 1st and goal at the Titan 7. Power I formation this time. Edwards, hand off to the tailback. It's Peterson. Josh Peterson on the carry. and he only gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up second down and goal from the 7.
And he's stopped by Blanton, Robert Blanton, number 12, and Randy Davis, number 32.
Josh Peterson, the standing tailback in this power I formation with Davidson and Mullins, the up back. Hand off to Peterson. Now the tailback spot. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown. Big hole on the left-hand side. And Josh Peterson carries it in to make the score 20-6 with 7:20 to go in the third quarter, as the War Eagles tack on another touchdown here.
Yeah, that's got to be tough for the Titans, Larry, as they came out and made a very good defensive stand on the opening of this half, and then turn the ball over. And the sign of a good team is they'll capitalize on those turnovers.
War Eagles fumble the snap on the point after, so the point after is no good. So the score remains 20-6 with 7:20 to go in the third quarter. The War Eagles lead the Twin Springs Titans.
And with that, we'll tell you that Scott County football is brought to you by First Step Rehab. First Step Rehab provides quality services of physical therapy and athletic training, specializing in occupational and speech therapy, sports injuries, and orthopedic, neurological, and pediatric rehabilitation. First Step Rehab is proud to be a part of the Gate City and Scott County community.
By J&P Markets. If you're looking for one-stop shopping at its best, check out J&P Markets. With locations in both Big Moccasin and Nicholsville, the J&P Market is never far away. Stop by for gas, groceries, and more.
And by Gate City Motor Company. If you're in the market for a used car or truck, check out Gate City Motor Company. Gate City Motor Company specializes in late model four-wheel drives. They're a dealer for Fox Trailers, and they offer buy here, pay here financing.
As Ryco prepares to kick off, with Michael Edwards doing the kicking here. Back deep is Scaff, I believe, on the carry. He's across the 25, the 30, the 35, up close to the 40-yard line. A good return that time by number 23, Gary Chafin, instead of Scaff. I've got so many voices coming to my ears, I can't think.
I'm not saying anything.
I know you're not, but it's no, that's fine, Dan. Just keep spotting. Just give me numbers. Don't give me sentences with numbers in. Broadwater, the quarterback, a split back situation this time as Broadwater throws a long pass that's intended for Keith, and it's overthrown out of bounds as Jason Peterson had good coverage, and I believe Broadwater just threw the ball away.
Yeah, actually, I think Broadwater and his intended receiver were on two different wavelengths. That time the receiver made a move to the inside. Broadwater was looking outside all the way.
Looks like Broadwater's limping pretty bad.
Yeah,
Mark, did he get hit on the play?
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
As he limps back to the huddle after getting the play from head coach Bucky Meade. This time they go back into their wishbone set. Fullback goes in motion. Broadwater pitches to Keith, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 5 yards.
Mullins was the man to first get a hand on him around the ankles, and then he was brought down by number 65. That's Brian Cox.
Loss of a little over 5 on the play. We'll call it 6. Brings up third down and 16. Ball spotted at the Titan 35. They trail the War Eagles from Ryco by a score 20-6. Wishbone set, as it has been. No, it's not. It's a shotgun by the quarterback. He throws outside to his halfback. I think, again, that's Keith. The pass was complete, but he lost about 5 more yards on the play as Rycove defensed it well.
Yeah, number 88 over there for the War Eagles. That's Travis Roach. Number 65 again, Brian Cox, and 2 or 3 other War Eagles in over there, and they had it defensed very well. That play wasn't going anywhere.
So, with a 4th and 23 Eric Ross drops back to do the punting, and back deep for the War Eagles to receive the punt is Aaron Davidson. Davidson stands just inside his 40 at about the 39. A high snap, but Ross had it deflected again, I believe, and a short punt. It's going to be down by Twin Springs at their own 44-yard line.
Doesn't Ross play baseball also?
Yes.
And he's third baseman?
I think he did more DHing last year. First, might have played first base. I can't remember.
No, I don't remember. I remember the name Ross. I knew he played baseball.
Eric played for me for 3 years down at Gate City.
Did he?
Yeah, sure did.
Well, you coached everybody.
I've been around, but not anymore. First and 10 War Eagle.
I hear that about you a lot.
They fake that little toss, hand off to Davidson, big hole. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20. Only an ankle tackle stops him short of the 15-yard line at the 17-yard line of Twin Springs.
Yeah, number 20, Michael Keith was actually the man that was able just to get enough hands on Davidson.
You know, Mark,
Davidson is so quick.
Boy, he is. They've run that play a lot tonight, haven't they? Just that little fake toss and hand off to the
back inside.
fullback. Yeah.
Boys, you're just running between the tackles with that thing.
Edwards hands off to Davidson, trying to get around the left corner. He's hit and stumbles forward for maybe a gain of 2-3 yards on the play, up close to the 15-yard line.
He was tripped up that time by number 9, Michael Piercy, in the backfield. Still able to stumble forward, as you said, for a gain of about 3. I tell you, I don't know who these War Eagles are going to face down the road, but whoever they face better bring something to counteract speed. Now,
yeah,
I don't know what that's going to be.
What do you bring to counteract speed?
Shotgun will do it a lot, huh?
Second down and 8. Edwards hands off to the new back in the backfield that time. That's Mullins on the carry. Brent Mullins on the carry, gets down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, I think, before they'll finally spot it. Going to bring up a third down and 2. We're down to 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Ryco War Eagles lead the Twin Springs Titans 20-6. Third down and 2. From the 9. Edwards hands off to Mullins again. He pushes and drives forward down to the 5-yard line. Has the first down. It's going to be first and goal at the 5 for the War Eagle.
Yeah, Brent Mullins showing a lot of power running that time. So he was able to keep his feet moving, keep his momentum headed forward toward the end zone.
You know, Brent's another one of those young men from Ryco that you and I have had the opportunity to be around quite a bit. Plays baseball for the high school team, does a good job.
Yeah, Brent does a real good job.
Power I formation this time for the War Eagles. They hand off to Peterson. Now the backfield into the end zone. Touchdown. On the carry that time was number 22, Josh Peterson, as he takes it in from 5 yards out to make the score 26-6. Rycove over Twin Springs.
Yeah, that's really going to put the game virtually out of reach. Still another quarter, still another 15 minutes and 28 seconds of football here, but I tell you, with this offense of the War Eagles, it's going to be hard to shut them down completely.
Edwards on the pitch to Peterson, and he goes into the end zone from his right halfback spot. That's Jason Peterson on the carry that time. The PAT is good, so with 3:28 to go in the third quarter, the score is Rycove 28, Twin Springs 6. We'd like to tell you that Scott County football is brought to you by the Hair Studio. For quality hair care by qualified professionals, visit the Hair Studio in Weber City. The Hair Studio offers 6 hairstylists, electrolysis by Phyllis and Donna, tanning beds, jewelry, and more. Call for an appointment or just walk in.
And by Magnolia Place. If you're looking for the perfect gift for that special occasion, look no farther than Magnolia Place. Magnolia Place, a truly unique shopping experience, and be sure to get by Magnolia Place tomorrow for its big open house.
by State Line Graphics. For quality offset and screen printing for all your business and personal needs, visit State Line Graphics, serving Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee since 1989. As Peterson will be kicking off for the War Eagles, and he hits an end-over-end line drive that's fielded this time by Bice, I believe. Number 23, is that Bice?
No, sir, it's not.
Well,
21's Bice.
23 is Gary Chafin on the carry. As he gets it across the 35 up to the 39-yard line, his own 39. What would I do without you, Mr. Blanton?
Probably a lot better.
No, you keep it straight.
Well, the rain's been pretty steady since the start of the second half. It's not really gotten any heavier. It's just not slacked up any, has it?
Broadwater, the quarterback for the Titans. As the fullback goes in motion again, they run that little play with the end coming inside again. On the carry was Michael Piercy. And I think Rycove's seen that enough tonight, Mark, that they shut that one down to no gain.
Yeah, that's just that little inside, the end around. When I first saw it earlier in the ball game, I thought it was a reverse. I thought they handed off, but it's actually a little inside, the end around. The end just comes out of his set position and cuts right back behind the line of scrimmage and behind his blockers.
They drop back into the shotgun this time. Broadwater gets a good snap, looks downfield, has a man over the middle. The pass is complete to his big tight end, Eric Ross, up just short of midfield, and I think he's picked up a first down on the play.
Well, that's a good catch by Ross. The pass was just a little bit behind him, but Ross was able to keep his concentration and haul that pass in and get the first down.
Ball spotted just short of midfield. We'll call it the 49 of Twin Springs. It is 1st and 10 for the Titans with 2:30 to go, third quarter. They trail the War Eagles of Rycove by a score of 28-6. Again in the shotgun formation as they run a draw to the right halfback that time, and on the carry that time is Bice, number 21, and he's hit. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard short, I believe.
Yeah, not much room up the middle that time. Well, I was going to say earlier in the game, number 77 in there, Curtis Roten, is 6'1", 284 pounds. And he doesn't look like there's not much fat on him. He's just a big old boy.
He is a big old boy. Shotgun, Broadwater throws that pass. It's intended that time for his halfback, who was split out on the right side. That's Keith, and Michael just forgot to look it into his hands. I think he heard the footsteps of that cornerback coming up.
I think that's a real good assessment of that. I think he just took his eye off the ball when I think he could feel the pressure coming.
Yeah. So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:39 to go in the third quarter. Brings up a third down and 11 from the 48-yard line of Twin Springs. They need to make about the 43 of Rycove for a first down. Broadwater throws a pass over the middle that's intended for Piercy, and that pass is just off the fingertips of Piercy, incomplete.
Yeah, Piercy had a good shot at that ball. Really, probably should have made the catch on that.
Broadwater throws the ball pretty good, has pretty good arm, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
We have a timeout now called by Rycove. And with that timeout, we'll tell you that Scott County football is brought to you by Scott Telecom and Electronics. Scott Telecom and Electronics takes pride in providing dedicated service to the communities of Scott County. From quality cable television to cellular phone service, STE is big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
By Roberts Tire and Recapping. At Roberts Tire and Recapping, problems with your tires, brakes, and air conditioning will be eliminated at the best prices in town. Need an alignment or a tune-up? Bring your car to Roberts. You'll be glad you did.
By Gate City Ford. At Gate City Ford, remaining 1997 vehicles are going fast, and special financing is available as low as 2.9%. Gate City Ford still has 4 1997 model cars, 5 Rangers, and 5 F-150s left in stock. Don't delay. Visit Gate City Ford today for rock-bottom prices.
Well, I'm trying to urge Daniel on to get us a score of that Appalachia-Powell Valley ball game, but we've not been able to get an update on it.
Twin Springs with a 4th down and 11. We'll drop back Ross into punting formation. And Rye Cove right now doesn't have anybody back deep. Ross gets a good snap. Twin Springs comes with a lot of pressure, and Ross gets an end-over-end punt that hits at the 15 and reverses back to the, no, at the 25, reverses back to the 26, where it's down by the Titans.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they didn't drop anybody back deep there.
I don't know.
Trying to come with some pressure.
Y'all heard a score yet? Y'all heard a score from that ball?
So Rye Cove with 1:26 to go in the third quarter will take over again at their own 26-yard line. Edwards still the quarterback, Davidson the fullback, and I believe the Petersons are both still in the backfield. They hand off this time to Davidson, running straight up the middle. On that same play, he's up over his 45-yard line, up to the 46-yard line. Well, I tell you, that Davidson has some quick feet, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't really know how much more we can say about his quickness. You know what? He seems to be running at the same speed right now as he did from the opening handoff of the game. I can't tell he's getting any tired either.
You know, a young man that must have done a real good job tonight must be the center, Cheyenne Osborne. He must have had some pretty good blocks. As that plays just right up the gut.
Yeah,
and they run it an awful lot. Handoff this time to Mullins out of the fullback spot. He runs off a left guard, gets over midfield into Twin Springs territory at the 49-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, you got to figure that there's been some real good blocking all the way across the front of that War Eagle line. But you're right, on that particular play, Cheyenne Osborne has to get a good block. Jason Tipton has to make a good block, and so does number 65, Brian Cox. The center and 2 guards have to execute well on that.
And here they fake that play this time and hand off to Jason Peterson, running around the left end. He's at the 30, 25, makes a good move.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds at the 20, and it looks like about the 26-yard line, but has more than enough yardage for a 1st down.
At least the official's going to say he stepped out of bounds. I think the fans on that side say he's still not out of bounds.
Well, the Rye Cove faithful over there are almost up in arms.
Well, there's several of them over there. Big crowd this rainy night. Pretty good crowd, really, all the way around.
Yeah, it has been a pretty good crowd.
There's a lot of people standing up to our left over here.
Edwards pitches left to Peterson, Josh Peterson on the carry, and he's knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Knocked out of bounds at the 23-yard line, 24-yard line of the Titans of Twin Springs. We have 8.4 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock stopped with the out of bounds play. Michael Edwards has gone all the way at quarterback tonight. They run that same play to Davidson. He jumps over one of his own men in the backfield, has been blocked, gets the ball inside the 15, down to the 14. Aaron Davidson's having a real night tonight, yardage-wise.
Yeah, you and I have no way of knowing whether or not it's a career night or not for Davidson, but he is having a big night.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. We'll tell you, after 3 quarters of play, the Rye Cove War Eagles lead the Twin Springs Titans by a score of 28-6.
Scott County football on Cablevision, Channel 30, is brought to you by Weber City Drug Center, by Daugherty Brothers, Chevrolet, GO Jeep and Eagle, Doc Whitley, Nationwide Insurance, Athletics Unlimited, Photogenius, Image Consultants, Valley View Animal Clinic, Big Break Exxon, Scott Jewelers, The Dog House, Delegate Terry Kilgore, Uncommon Goods, Showtime Video, Fantastic Sports, Southern Finance, and Robinette Steel. Be sure and get by and say a big thank you to all the fine sponsors who have helped us bring you football this year on Cablevision, Channel 30, and on Nicholsville Community, Channel 19.
Mr. Blanton, sir, I have just been handed a score from Powell Valley.
Well, by the
With
snigger on your face, I can tell who's leading
With
the ball.
7:30 left to go in the fourth quarter, the Powell Valley Vikings lead the Appalachia Bulldogs by a score of 18-8.
Go ahead, gloat a little bit. Go ahead.
Well, it's not over yet. There's still 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Powell Valley has time to score a couple more times.
Somebody had to pick Appalachia. I knew you wasn't going to.
Rye Cove knocking on the door again inside the Titan 15 down at the 14-yard line. In a power I formation this time. They hand off to Peterson. That's Josh Peterson. Now that I formation, power I formation, he gets it down to about the 10, I think. The gain of about 4 yards on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 from the 10. As the War Eagles could pick up a first down, it looks like, Mark, from here at about the 4.
Yeah, it's just inside the 5, 3 or 4, 1, I'm sure.
Power I again with Josh Peterson, the standing tailback. They hand off to Peterson again, running left. He gets inside the 10, where he's hit hard by a couple of Titans that time, and only picks up maybe 2 yards down to the 8.
Look for him to go outside this time.
Think so?
Yeah, maybe something wide on the right side.
That would be the wide side of the field.
They've tried.
They're hustling Mullins out of the backfield and bringing in Jason Peterson, a little smaller, a little quicker, and that was one of the plays they ran for a touchdown once tonight. Just that that pitch out to the right halfback, and he took the wide side of the field, and there it comes again, like you call. But there's one thing that happened. Peterson fumbled the football, but Ryko falls on it at about, looks like at about the 11-yard line for a loss.
Yeah, well, I kind of felt like they were going to have to go to the outside. They tried the middle a couple of times there and was unable to get that draw play to work or anything handed off inside. So,
with the loss on the play, it's going to bring up a 4th down and 8 at about, we'll call it the 12-yard line of Twin Springs. Power I formation. Edwards throws the pass in short of the end zone, but inside the 5. Pass was complete to Josh Peterson. He should have a 1st and goal, I believe, at about the 3.
Yeah, Peterson was wide open, and when I saw Edwards first throw the ball, I thought, goodness, he's well underthrown as an intended receiver, but actually he knew exactly where he was going, and so did Peterson. They were both right in the right position.
Well, they also had another receiver on the same side of the field and only a yard in between them.
Yeah, with a defender between those two.
Yeah. So it is 1st and goal at the 4 for Rye Cove, as they already lead in the game by a score of 28-6, and we're inside of 9:40 to go in the game. Back in a full house. Hand off to Davidson running left. Touchdown, Aaron Davidson. So with 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter, that puts the Eagles on top of the Titans by a score of 34-6. As Rye Cove, I think, will line up and go for 2.
Yeah, we're back sort of into the game. I think you and I pretty much suspected that we might see. The Titans put up a very valiant effort in the first half of it.
Well, I thought they did, and had a couple of things go against them, or may have been even a closer game. They run that same little play on that fake toss and hand off to Davidson for the 2-point conversion as he goes untouched into the end zone. So with 9:30 to go after the 2-point conversion, it makes the score 36-6.
And I think we're all caught up on our spots. The rain is getting harder.
Yes. So far, we've been able to stay pretty dry.
Yeah, we have.
You are able to back up under the shelter, but you have my headphone cord taped down, and I can hardly get all the way back.
Coincidence? I think
no,
not.
I think you planned it.
I think not.
It's Daniel that's quieting down. I've made him mad.
No, surely not.
Yes, I can tell. He won't give me any more information. As Michael Edwardson will kick off again for the War Eagles. Back deep is Chafin. They have a short kick. It's fielded by an up back at about the 34-yard line. And that young man that fielded that is Mr. Blanton, number 12, Robert Blanton.
We've mentioned Robert's name several times tonight.
See, I was looking back to see who my deep men were and didn't actually see the kick. Was it a planned kick or just
No, I think it was just mishit.
just mishit it? So Twin Springs with pretty good field position takes over to their own 34, but they have a big hill to climb as they trail 36-6. And only 8:55 to go. Handoff this time is to the right halfback. On the carry that time is Quentin Bice. And he gets maybe a yard on the play.
You know, I think somewhere along the way this year, I'm not sure as to what game it was, but I remember reading where Blanton had a big game offensively for the Titans.
Is that right?
I think, was that what it was? Daniel informs us that it was a 100-yard touchdown return.
Broadwater fakes the handoff to the first back through and hands off to the second back, almost like a crisscross play that time, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it looked like
On to carry that time, I
cross
think.
buck.
Yeah, is Michael Keith on the carry that time. Gains about 2 yards on the play, brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Rain's really starting to come down now.
Yeah, we're inside of 8 minutes with 7:55 to go in the game, and the War Eagles lead the Titans 36-6. Broadwater fakes to his halfback, rolls to his left, throws a pass that it's intended for a receiver out on the left-hand side, but a good defensive play over there by
Number 12.
yes.
That will be Greg McDavid.
I was trying to. The pass was intended, I think, for number 9, Michael Piercy.
I know a Greg McDavid.
Yeah, but I don't think it's this one. This one's taller.
Oh, I'm sure that Greg would appreciate us saying that about him.
Greg would appreciate getting his name on the radio. Greg used to do a little radio work, if I remember right.
Used to do good radio work.
Yes, he sure did. Ross gets off a high end over end kick. It hits at the 43, takes a lateral bounce, and then curls back around and is dead on the 40.
I was going to say, didn't go much farther than the 43.
So Ryco will take over at their own 40-yard line with 7:30 to go in the fourth quarter, and they have a commanding lead over the Titans by a score of 36-6.
Oh, that Daniel, he's a card, ain't he?
I'm humbled. 1st and 10, War Eagles. Edwards hands off this time to Peterson running right. Josh Peterson that time, and he gains close to 10 yards on the play.
On the stop that time. His number, is that 77? 37.
Oh, no, there's rain on my glasses. Can't hardly see the field.
It's tough right now, ain't it? I can see the field very well and just can't make the number out.
About a half yard short of a first down. Going to bring up a 2nd down in inches here. Just almost at midfield. Edwards hands off to the right halfback this time. That's Jason Peterson. He gets a big hole. He's at the 30, the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jason Peterson. Once he gets outside, he's got some quickness
yeah, that's
to
what I
it.
was going to say. I tell you, these backs are just. We've talked about it the whole game about their quickness and their speed, but even here in the fourth quarter, they appear to be as fast now as they did in the opening kickoff. I don't know when I've seen 3 backs any more equal in the backfield as far as speed and quickness than these guys.
Josh Peterson is the biggest of the three backs. He looks to be the biggest and is listed to be the biggest. You kind of think he might be the fullback. They run the same play on that little fake toss and hand off to Davidson, and he takes it in for the 2-point conversion. So with 6:31 to go in the ball game, Rye Cove jumps out ahead of Twin Springs by a score of 44-6.
In a big second half of offense for the War Eagles.
Yes, matter of fact, the score at halftime was what?
14 to
6. They've scored 30 points in the second half.
Yeah, and just a little over a quarter and a half.
Yeah. As they do have, I can see how they've been able to put some big scores up, can't you?
Yes.
I mean, they score. They score quickly at times with the Peterson boys, and even Davidson at a fullback spot has. We've talked about the speed all night long. Davidson has almost as good a speed, I think, as either one of the Petersons, don't you?
Yeah, I think that. I don't know whether, of course, you and I don't cover Rye Cove or Twin Springs football very often, except maybe this one game a year. But, I think maybe that Coach Carter at Rye Cove, Jody Carter's been getting a little bit of heat about the scores they've been amassing, and he maybe felt compelled to explain that. And, I kind of liked his explanation. They've only got about 30 kids on the roster, and if you're playing 11 of them out there,
the kickoff is fielded at about the 25 and brought back up to just over the 30 on the carry that time.
Well, what I was going to say was when you've got 11 starters on the field, you've got 19 people on the sideline. It's hard to mass substitute 11 more people.
Yeah.
And you have to, work those other substitutes in with a lot of your starters. And with these backs and with the quick strike capabilities that they have, I don't see that.
John Broadwater, the quarterback for Twin Springs. Hands off to his fullback this time, and that's Bice running off of right tackle, right guard. And 6. As the Titans come to the line of scrimmage. They pretty much stayed in the wishbone other than going back in the shotgun most of the night. They did run out of the eye one time. Hand off to the right halfback, Keith, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and thrown for a loss.
.284.
Yeah. Third down and almost 10 yards as Broadwater throws pitches to his halfback. This halfback throws a pass that's intercepted by Rye Cove. The pass was thrown by Quentin Bice. I believe was that 21.
Yes, and